Imagine a massive city sprawling across a landscape meticulously designed with the latest urban innovations, built to house over 1 million people. Streets are lined with gleaming skyscrapers, neighborhoods boast pristine parks, and facilities are top-notch. But there's one thing missing: people. Welcome to Ordos, a city in Inner Mongolia, China, often dubbed the Ghost City for its eerie lack of residents. What happened to this ambitious project? Why did a city built for 1 million people fail to attract its intended population? In this video, we'll take you through the story of Ordos, what led to its creation, why no one came, and what's happening there today. Stick around as we uncover the fascinating tale behind this modern ghost city. 1. Background: the rise of China's urban expansion. China has seen explosive urban growth over the last few decades. With its population moving rapidly from rural areas to cities, the demand for urban infrastructure skyrocketed. By the early 2000s, China was transforming itself from an agrarian society into an urban powerhouse, with new cities and districts popping up seemingly overnight. Real estate development boomed, and Chinese cities became some of the largest in the world. In this period of expansion, the local government of Ordos decided to create a new district, Kangbashi, to transform the region into an economic and cultural hub. They envisioned it as a place that would attract businesses, cultural institutions, and hundreds of thousands of residents. Kangbashi was built with incredible ambition and scale, mirroring the rapid development seen in other Chinese cities. But what went wrong? Two, the ambitious vision of Ordos's Kangbashi district. The Ordos government spared no expense in constructing Kangbashi. They planned a city complete with modern infrastructure, skyscrapers, theatres, shopping districts, and cultural landmarks. High-quality schools, universities, hospitals, and sports facilities were built to cater to a growing population. The city featured avant-garde architecture designed by some of the world's top architects, with public spaces, parks, and vast green spaces. The vision behind Kangbashi was twofold: to modernize Ordos, an otherwise remote area in Inner Mongolia, and to diversify its economy, moving it away from a heavy reliance on the coal industry. The city was positioned as a beacon of prosperity, a symbol of the Chinese dream. Its planners saw it as a future urban marvel that would attract people from across China. Yet despite its grandeur, Kangbashi struggled to bring in even a fraction of its target population. 3. The role of real estate investment. The construction of Ordos Kangbashi was heavily fueled by real estate speculation. During the early 2000s, China's property market was booming, and real estate investment was one of the most popular ways to grow wealth. Kangbashi, like other developments, attracted property investors who saw it as a lucrative opportunity. Thousands of apartments were purchased by speculators, many of whom didn't intend to live there but hoped to profit as property values rose. However, this speculative model created a problem. There was little actual demand for people to live in Ordos. The region's remote location and harsh climate didn't attract people who wanted to move and settle there. As apartments remained empty, it became clear that there was a significant gap between the high levels of property ownership and the actual population. 4. Geographic and economic isolation. One of the key issues with Kangbashi was its geographic location. Ordos is located in Inner Mongolia, far from China's major urban centres like Beijing, Shanghai, or Guangzhou. It lacks the economic and cultural pull that coastal megacities offer, making it less attractive to prospective residents. Although Ordos is rich in natural resources, especially coal, it lacks the diverse economic base that most successful cities require to sustain long-term growth. For many people, moving to a new city means opportunities for work, community, and a higher quality of life. But Ordos didn't have the same job market or lifestyle amenities as other cities. the initial economic incentives and job opportunities weren't strong enough to draw people away from established urban centres, leading to a disconnect between the city's capacity and its actual population. Five, the harsh climate of Inner Mongolia. Ordos is located in a semi-arid desert-like region with extreme temperatures, particularly in winter when it gets bitterly cold. For many potential residents, this climate made Ordos an undesirable location to live. While the city was equipped with heating systems and modern buildings designed to withstand the cold, the thought of living in such harsh conditions was a deterrent. China has many attractive cities with more favourable climates, so Ordos didn't hold much appeal for people seeking a comfortable urban lifestyle. The climate issue added yet another hurdle for the city planners, making Kangbashi less appealing to potential residents who preferred more temperate or subtropical regions. 6. The psychological barrier of a ghost city. As word spread that Ordos was largely empty, the media began referring to it as a ghost city. The label itself became a deterrent, creating a psychological barrier. For many, moving to a city that was known for its lack of residents was unappealing. The empty streets, deserted parks, and vacant high-rise apartments only added to the eerie reputation. Potential residents questioned the wisdom of living in a city with so few neighbours. The term ghost city became synonymous with failure and abandonment, making it harder for Ordos to attract residents, even as the city offered incentives for people to move there. No one wanted to be the first to relocate to a place viewed as a speculative failure. Seven, efforts to populate Ordos and attract new residents. In response to the city's empty state, the Ordos government implemented several strategies to bring in residents. They offered subsidies, tax breaks, and even incentives for businesses to relocate to Kangbashi. Schools, hospitals, and community centres were made available at discounted rates, aiming to attract people seeking affordable alternatives to larger cities. These efforts had some impact, and a small number of residents did begin to move in. However, these population numbers were still far below the city's capacity. While the government was able to draw some people, it wasn't nearly enough to fill the thousands of empty apartments, and the label of Ghost City persisted. Eight, infrastructure designed for 1 million but used by thousands. The infrastructure of Kangbashi was designed for 1 million people but was drastically underused. Public parks, transit systems, and expansive roads felt deserted. Schools that could accommodate thousands had only a handful of students. While the quality of these facilities was high, the lack of residents gave them a hollow feel. The city's unused infrastructure became a symbol of the mismatch between vision and reality, with empty streets and vacant buildings reinforcing the ghost city image. The government had planned for a bustling metropolis, but the reality was an empty shell of a city, waiting for people who never arrived. Nine, Ordos today, a slow evolution. Today, Ordos has changed somewhat from its ghost city days. Over the years, small businesses, local government offices, and a limited number of residents have settled in Kangbashi. The city is no longer completely empty, and some parts of it have a semblance of life. However, it's still far from the bustling urban centre it was designed to be. Ordos is attempting to reinvent itself as a cultural and tourist destination. Art festivals, cultural events, and sporting competitions are now hosted in Kangbashi in an attempt to change its ghostly reputation and attract more visitors and residents. While these efforts have improved the city's image to some extent, it still has a long way to go. 10. Lessons learned from Ordos's ghost city experiment. The story of Ordos is a cautionary tale about the risks of speculative development and the importance of aligning infrastructure projects with genuine demand. China's rapid urbanization led to a unique phenomenon of ghost cities, and Ordos stands out as the most well-known example. Ordos illustrates that building infrastructure alone doesn't create a community. It's the people, jobs and opportunities that bring a city to life. In the case of Kangbashi, the massive investment in construction was not matched by a realistic plan to attract residents. The city's struggle highlights the risks of relying on real estate speculation without a foundation of economic demand. Would you live in a city like Ordos if given the chance? Let us know in the comments. If you found this exploration of Ordos fascinating, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for more stories about the world's most unusual cities. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.